Welcome back. It's time for us to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the dailies this morning. Mary is with me.
You remembered. Yeah, it's good to be here for the news, for the newspaper headlines.
We're going to be starting with the Punch this morning. Today is Wednesday, August 28th. Can you believe it? The month is almost done. 28th of August, 2024. And starting on the covers of the Punch, it says here, flights of fancy. Governors slammed for wasting 160 billion naira on unviable airports. Nasarawa, Yobe, others beg federal government to take over airports shunned by airlines. At the top left there, Lagos-Calabar highway demolition. 100 landowners team up for fresh legal war. It also says here, external auditors to examine NNPC 2.6 trillion naira subsidy claim. And beside the masthead there, it says, with current hardship, electorate won't vote APC, according to PDP chieftain. INEC rules out PVC collection by proxy. Page 14 has more on that. Beneath the photo story there, it says, AMCON set to sell Ibadan Disco. IG vows to rescue 2,149 kidnapped victims. Lagos conducts Red Line Rail test run today. The photo stories there are children attending classes outside and inside a dilapidated building in Yemen on Tuesday.
That's actually sad. A lot. 2,149 kidnapped victims. It's almost as if somebody knows somebody who knows somebody that was kidnapped these days. And it's sad.
It's so scary you should say that.
Scary, yeah.
A member of my staff also has a sister-in-law that just over the weekend was taken in a bus of about 18 people, her and her mother. Wow. And I could just see the pain and the distress they were going through. It's just so sad that it has gotten to this stage, to this amount of, this high a number of kidnapped victims in the most recent past. And it is scary to think of what needs to be done in order to get these people back. But we'll go back to that later on. I wanted to touch on the fact that, one more time?
The red
line, yes. Yeah. Red line. I'm not sure the route, or is it route now? route of the red line presently. I think we're going to find out exactly where that route passes through and then get you that information. But they're doing test run, meaning that eventually they will start working.
So I've got the Nigerian Tribune here, and it says, end killings, banditry. Can Sultan urge federal government, say recent bloodshed alarming. Here we also have 45 years after ex-rep member refunds federal government student loan of 1,200 with 3.1 million naira. That's 45 years after the former rep member refunds it. Rivers police launch manhunts for kidnappers of a director. 13 arrested over attack on Oyo Commissioner's convoy. No timeline yet. I have no idea what just happened, but Titi, perhaps you could just continue
it says here,
okay, I have
no timeline yet. Yeah. Orosai report implementation.
That's from the federal government.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then we have MPOX states gear up for emerging threats as U.S. donates 10,000 doses of vaccine. Nigeria, others to benefit from WHO's $87.4 million fund. Still on the front page of the Tribune, LP moves to sanction Governor Oti, sets up disciplinary committee. Ogunboda community seeks federal government intervention over violent attacks. Fuel crisis, lepers in Lagos resort to drinking contaminated water. Health experts warn of public health crisis. Nigerian Tribune also has this, Tinubu Chinese president to meet in Beijing. Of course, we know about all of that has been going on diplomatically regarding that. And then ICPC inaugurates anti-corruption units in FIRS. Finally, on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune, deepening Nigeria-BBC relations are crucial, and that's coming from the information minister. All of these stories and more you can catch in the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
Yeah, I think we should move on to the next page. newspaper.
Yes, please.
We have, let me see if I can load this now.
The Nation newspaper.
Okay, let's see if I can find that one. All right, so on the cover of the Nation, okay,
CDS,
it's not loaded yet.
Okay, CDS, COAS, military won't give in to anti-democratic calls. And the writer says civil rule is best for Nigeria, says EU. Army goes into massive food production.
I also have here a similar headline to other papers here. Nigeria gets 10,000 Mpox vaccine doses. WHO needs $87.4 million on this. What Tinubu China trip means for Nigeria by presidency. CBN to issue 2.2 billion naira treasury bills in Q4. Can Sultan decry resurgence of kidnappings and killings? And let's see, right at the bottom there, it says Rivers Council poll, Fubara loyalists shop for alternative platform to contest.
So the thing is, when it comes to vaccines, many people are now very wary because of certain information that has been going around and are yet to be debunked. So, well, we'll just see how it goes eventually. I believe the next paper is Daily Independent. Is that it? Okay, so the Daily Independent says Nigeria moves to avoid international economic penalties, restrictive measures, vows to exit terrorist financing countries list by May 2025, says country has 9 months left to exit grey list deadline. Still here, it says Tinubu to visit China over real project, other MOU deals. Mpox, Lagos on high alert against importation of aggressive variants. EFCC chairman urges National Assembly to pass whistleblower protection law, long overdue. Nigerian military will continue to defend democracy. That's coming from the CDS. Ex-APC National Auditor Mogalu quits a party. IGP harps on citizens' participation in national security, seeks collaboration from stakeholders. Here we also have 2 years after commissioning Ekiti 20 billion naira airport yet to take off. Stakeholders worry over 90% airports are not self-sustaining, say they are constructed only for political reason. Up here, we have the bold one here. Labour Party rejects Governor Oti's loan move to convene NEC and, tackles INEC for not inviting it to quarterly consultative meeting, raises disciplinary committee to tackle undisciplined members. NAFDAC denies reports advising Nigerians to avoid bread. Now, for those who have been wondering, that's actually been trending for a while.
Avoid bread?
Yes, there was actually some kind of, in quotes, supposedly from NAFDAC. It was actually trending, broadcast messages and all, saying that Nigerian bread is not good enough for consumption.
Wow.
That they contain certain chemicals that are unsafe. And it was actually trending. And so they've come out to debunk those claims.
So it didn't come directly from NAFDAC.
Apparently
and
not.
The truth is, people
even though it was signed NAFDAC, but
they can
these days,
all sorts of
a lot can be created.
Yeah. But avoiding bread in Nigeria, bread is a staple, is one of the biggest staples from around the world. In Nigeria, I don't think there's any family that doesn't eat bread at some point in time during the day. Not even the
week. Wow.
All right, then. We have with us also the Guardian newspaper, and it has here its major headline, $48 per barrel production cost drowns 60% of Nigeria's oil earnings. There is an infographic there on the cover showing the production cost per barrel by country, comparing quite a few countries: Libya, Iraq, Brazil, Nigeria, of course, Saudi Arabia, US, and quite a few others, including the UAE. Nigeria's $10 per barrel production cost target is an aspiration undermined by insecurity, inefficiency, logistics, overhead costs, corruption, and regulatory challenges. $10 per barrel. All right. We also have here 900 days on CDHR task. CDHR task Sanwo-Olu on justice for late Bamishe. And it also says telephone service quality may drop as telcos consider load shedding. Really? Load shedding?
Load shedding, well, it's needed, I believe. That's why it's doing that.
All right.
However, the big one for me, though, is the food insecurity.
Yeah.
Federal government banks on dry season farming as flood devastates others. Because, my goodness, we're talking about insecurity and other things, but then flood now showed its ugly head, and a lot was lost.
A lot of crops.
Food-wise, a lot of crops were destroyed by the flood. It's beyond devastating, especially for farmers that were greening, being hopeful that things will be better. But hey.
Wow. Okay, quite a lot to address on the covers of the papers this morning. We hope to hear your thoughts and comments on some of the headlines as well. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us on Instagram, WakeUpNigeria TVC. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back.